Yes, so what did Moses call the name of the place where Israel tested the Lord and water came out of the rock?
Masai.
Massa. Massa. Okay. But there were two names, Massa and
Meribah.
Meribah. So when you go and then you see it, it's the same thing. Why did Moses also name the place where water came out of the rock Meribah? Why?
Because
water came out of
the Israelites quarreled.
Mama, you're saying because the Israelites
quarreled.
quarreled. And one also said because water
Quarreled.
was found. Okay. Do we agree to Mama's? Oh,
Yes, Papa.
okay. So because the Israelites quarreled. But there was someone saying something about what I wanted to hear it. But the person just withdrew his comment quickly. That was a smart one. So if you look at it in the Exodus, since we started, we are now at question number 251. The Exodus, so note it. Yes. How did the Israelites test the Lord at Massa? How did they test the Lord? They said, how did they test him? What did they say?
Is the Lord among us or not?
Is the Lord among us or not? That was it. Who attacked the Israelites at Rephidim? Who attacked the Israelites at Rephidim?
The Amalekites.
Okay, the Amalekites. Who did Moses tell to choose men to fight at Rephidim? Who did Moses tell to choose men to fight at Rephidim?
Joshua.
Joshua.
Okay. So Aaron and who did what to help win the battle at Rephidim?
Held up Moses' arm.
Yes, so Moses' arm was held up till the battle was. When his hand came down, they were losing. So at the point, they have to put things to hold his hands up so that they can win the battle. After the battle of Rephidim, the Lord commanded Moses to make what memorial that God would destroy the Amalekites. According to verse 14.
Set up.
Write it on a scroll to be remembered.
Write it on a scroll to be remembered. Okay. I don't know whether others have a book, but it's the same as a scroll.
Yes, I have a book.
You have a book, okay.
I didn't say anything, just said, when the Lord commanded Moses, write an account of this victory so that I will be remembered.
Okay.
So there was no specification of where to relate it.
Which version is that?
Today I'm using Good News.
Okay, so try not to be using Good News every day. Good News is basically for our kids. Mama, yours version is what?
Holy Bible.
Good. All the Bibles are holy.
NIV.
Yes. All the Bibles are holy.
But NIV has the scroll in it.
The scroll. So I will recommend that we use NIV for this session because if you look at it, all the questions are coming from the NIV. So let's try. Let's get NIV to make it easier for our answers.
English Standard Version.
You are using English Standard Version. Okay.
Yes, Papa.
Okay, so at the Battle of Moses built an altar and named it, "The Lord is my." Oh, the Lord is my banner. Okay. Chapter 18. Moses' father-in-law was was who?
Jethro.
Moses' father-in-law
Priest
was
of Midian.
okay, you Mate.
Priest.
Priest of
of Midian.
Midian.
Okay, okay. Who had Moses sent away when he went back to Egypt? Who had Moses sent away when he went back to Egypt?
His father-in-law.
His father-in-law.
Mm.
Are you sure? His wife is Zipporah. Let's read the verse 2 of the chapter 18. Now, Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, had taken Zipporah, Moses' wife,
Mm.
after he has.
The wife,
Mm.
Sephora.
Mm.
His wife, Sephora.
Okay. Okay, we continue. Which of Moses' sons was named Dash? Because Moses said, I have become an alien in a foreign land. We have made this question before.
Gershom.
Okay. Let's note that one is Gershom, and we have Gershon. I hope you get it.
Gershom.
Yes, so that we don't conflict ourselves. Which of Moses' sons was named my father's God was my helper?
Eliezer.
Eliezer.
Okay. We have made this question too before. After Moses reported the deliverance to Jethro, what did Jethro say he had come to know? Mhm.
That the Lord is greater than all the other gods.
The Lord is greater than all the other gods. Okay. Where did Jethro and the elders of Israelites eat bread together? Where? Mhm.
In the presence of the Lord.
In the presence of the Lord.
Of the Lord.
Okay. What was Moses doing by himself that Jethro objected to? Mhm.
Judging the people.
Okay, judging the people. Jethro suggested that Moses be what for the people? Mhm.
Representative to God.
Representative to God. So he represents the people to God. Jethro suggested that Moses do what for the people? Mhm.
Teach the people the decrees and laws.
Okay, teach them. The following were qualifications Jethro suggested for those who were to judge Israel, except A, they must fear God, they must hate dishonest gain, they must be leaders of the people, they must be trustworthy. Which of them was in part? Which one was in part?
They must fear God.
Was in part. They must fear God was in part.
18.
Mhm. Yanka Muka.
They must be leaders of the
They must be leaders of the people.
Is a C.
Okay, so they must be leaders of the people was in part. Jethro suggested that Moses listen to what cases from the people. What was Moses to listen to? Mhm.
To deal with the difficult cases.
To deal with the difficult cases. Okay.
great matter.
Chapter 19. And question number 269 from Exodus. How many months did it take the Israelites to travel from Egypt to the desert of Sinai?
3 months.
Okay, 3 months.
3 months.
What metaphor did God use when describing how he had delivered the Israelites from Egypt, according to verse 4 of Genesis chapter 19?
Carried them on the eagle's wing.
Carry them on the eagle's wing. What condition did God place on Israel in order for them to become his treasured possession? What condition? Verse 5 of chapter 19. Mhm.
Fear the Lord always.
Fear
Keep
the
his
Lord always.
covenant.
Keep his covenant. Do we all have that only two? So let's read. Now, therefore, if you will indeed obey my voice and keep my covenant, you shall be my treasured possession among all peoples, for all the earth is mine. So keep his covenant is correct. Mama had it. Mama had it. God said that Israel would be a holy nation and a dash to him. Verses, what was it going to be? Israel will be a holy nation and
Kingdom of priests.
and what? And what?
Kingdom of
Kingdom of
praise.
Okay, kingdom of praise. How was God going to talk to Israel at Mount Sinai? How was God going to talk to Israel at Mount Sinai, according to verse 9?
Take cloud.
Take cloud. In a dense cloud. Dense. The Israelites, yes, the Israelites were to consecrate themselves for meeting God on Mount Sinai in all of the following ways, except A, cover their heads, B, wash themselves, C, touch not the mountain, D, abstain from sexual relations.
Cover their head.
Are you sure? Okay, so cover their head wasn't part. What sound accompanied the discrete of the thick cloud on Mount Sinai? What sound accompanied it?
What's your name? No, she was stuck here, and then the way she was
Mama sorted them to parts. Okay, as we continue. What sound accompanied the thick cloud? Yes, verse 16.
Loud shout.
Loud shout.
Very loud sound.
Raise the
Loud,
trumpet.
loud trumpet shout.
sound.
Loud trumpet
Loud.
shout. So which one are you
Sound loud.
picking? You have the loud shout.
Trumpet.
The trumpet. Very good.
Trumpet.
No, the D.
Okay.
D, the trumpet.
Okay. When God's cloud descended on Mount Sinai, all of the following accompanied that discrete, except
Angelic
angelic host. Okay, so no angelic host. The Lord, as he descended on Mount Sinai, commanded Moses to warn the people about to warn the people about what? Come again.
Turning their back to the Lord.
Facing forcing their way through
to see the Lord.
So let's read. It says at verse 21. And the Lord said to Moses, go down and warn the people, lest they break through to the Lord to look, and many of them perish. So they were forcing to see the Lord. Limits Please, can someone mute the mic? We are getting feedback from one of you. I don't know whether it's a TV. Okay. Limits were to be set around Mount Sinai. It was to be set apart as
Holy.
Holy. Other versions will say what? Consecrated. Is that not so? Who was to accompany Moses up Mount Sinai?
Aaron. Aaron.
Okay, only Aaron. Genesis chapter 20 and question number 280. At the beginning of the 10 commandments, how does God identify himself?
The Lord your God.
I am the Lord.
Of the land of Egypt.
God.
Okay, as the Lord who brought them out of Egypt.
Of Egypt.
Egypt was viewed in 10 commandments as one person.
As the God who brought them out of Egypt.
Anna.
So, order.
Okay.
The program is being recorded. So if you are talking outside, just mute your speaker.
Okay, I've muted the person. I was able to see the person. Egypt was viewed in the 10 commandments as as what?
Slavery.
Land of
The land of slavery. Other version is a house of slavery.
Yes.
Okay. Idols were explicitly stated as not to be made in the form of any of the following, except, according to verse 4, anything in the heaven above, anything in the earth beneath, anything in the waters below, anything in the rivers beside.
anything in the rivers beside.
Anything
In the rivers beside.
Anything in the rivers beside. God said not to make idols because he was a
Jealous God.
Okay. The sins of the fathers get punished onto what generation?
The seventh, the fourth generation.
Generation.
To what?
Okay.
Third and fourth generation.
Fourth generation.
So fourth generation. Because I heard seventh. So I wanted to hear it well. To whom does the 10 Commandments say God shows his love? According to verse 6.
Those who keep his commandments.
Okay. Who would the Lord not hold guiltless? Who would the Lord not hold guiltless? According to verse 7.
Whoever misuses his name.
Whoever misuses his name. Very good. What should not be done on the Sabbath? According to verse 10.
Work.
So we can sleep, we can eat, we can fast, but we don't work. So tomorrow is a Sabbath day. I hope no one is working. In reference to the Sabbath, the 10 commands say that God created the earth in how many days according to the Sabbath? The 10 commands says that God created the earth in how many days? You said 6 days. Okay.
6 days.
Okay. What blessings comes to those that honor their father and mother, according to verse 12?
will
They'll
live
live
long.
long.
Live long.
Okay. All of the following are part of the 10 commandments, except A, no murder, B, no adultery, C, no stealing, D, no abuse.
No abuse.
That means
No
we can
No
abuse.
abuse.
Does it mean we can abuse?
No.
No, Papa.
Okay. All of the following were explicitly stated as not to be coveted from your neighbor, except clothes, manservant, wife, ox. Verse 17.
I think it's close.
Clothes.
You
Clothes.
think it's clothes?
Clothes.
Okay, there's even a house.
Clothes.
So clothes. Okay. All of the following caused the people at Mount Zion to tremble after the 10 commandments were given, except thunder and lightning, trembling of the earth, trumpet sound, smoke on the mountain. Which one was in part?
Trumpet sound.
Trumpet
Trumpet
sound.
sound.
Trumpet sound.
Are you sure?
Trumpet is past.
All the following caused the people
it's
at Mount Zion.
Trembling of the earth.
Yes, because the trumpets.
And thunder was there. Why?
There was thunder and lightning there.
There
There was a
thunder, there
smoke.
was-
So the only thing that wasn't there was trembling.
yeah. Trembling of the earth.
Okay.
No.
After the 10 commandments, the people were afraid of what? A, God speaking to them. B, God appearing before them. C, God shaking the mountain down on them. D, God coming too close to them. What were the people afraid of?
God speaking to them. Hey, God speaking to them.
God speaking to them. Okay. Moses said, what would keep the people from sinning?
The fear of God.
The fear of God. Exodus 20:20. After the 10 commandments were given, God commanded that they make an altar of what?
F.
Come again.
F.
Altar of earth.
D, F.
Sorry, stone.
Okay.
F.
Altar of earth. What kind of stones were not to be used in making an altar to God?
Dressed stones.
Okay.
Stones.
The Israelites were
The
not to go
hymnstone.
up.
Okay.
The Israelites were not to go up to the altar on, is it A, the backs of animal, sand, step, rams? They were not to go to the altar on verse 26.
On steps.
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 Okay. So does it mean that the altar, in the construction of the altar, they were not supposed to be steps made to the altar? Is that so? That is maybe a story, is that not so? Because it said that lest your nakedness be exposed. Okay. Chapter 21. When was the Hebrew slave to go free? When was the Hebrew slave to go free? When?
After the 6th year.
After 6 years.
Okay. So someone say
After this.
yeah, after the 6th year. So on the 7th year. If a master gives a slave a wife and she bears children, to whom do the children belong? Oh.
The master.
Oh dear, yeah. Waka. the master. Adiana Bakra. Wechawate Minya. If a slave loves his master, what could he do to become a servant for free? If a slave loves his master, what could he do to become a servant for free? Verse 6.
He pierced his ear with an awl.
Pierce his ear with
He
that.
pierced
Yes,
his ear with an awl.
it's not easy. A daughter who is sold as a slave and doesn't please her master must be allowed to, according to verse 8,
Be redeemed.
be redeemed.
Be redeemed.
Okay.
Yeah, redeemed from
If a man marries another woman, he must provide the first woman, the first wife, with all the following. If a man marries another woman, he must provide the first wife with all the following, except food, house and clothing, marital rights. Except what?
Housing.
Except,
Housing.
Housing.
except marital right.
Housing.
Housing, how? If you provide, you marry another wife, must you sack the person? No?
Oh,
He said, except.
Including our marital rights. You shall not diminish her food, her clothing, or her marital rights.
Marital rights.
Because he says that except, let's read the verse 10 again. If he takes another wife to himself, he shall not diminish her food, her clothing, or her marital
rights. And the marital rights.
Oh, yeah. I think
So
you are
it's
correct.
housing,
It's
Baba.
B. It's B. Yes, you are
Housing.
correct. It's housing B. Yes, thank you for the correction. It's B, except housing. What should happen to the person who kills someone unintentionally? According to verse 13. Unintentionally.
He is to flee to
Is to flee to a place God would select.
He should do what? See.
Flee.
He is to flee to a place where God designates.
C.
Okay. So we continue. What was to happen to anyone who curses his father or mother? They should be verse 17. Mhm.
To
Put to death. So they should be killed. Is that
Killed.
Killed.
Yes.
Yes.
what was the punishment for one who hits another with a fist or a stone and disables the person? What is to happen to that person? According to verse 19.
Must pay 5 shekels or so.
He must do what? Pay 5
shekels of so.
Are you sure?
No.
Because let's read. Then if the man raises against again and walks outside with his staff, he who strike him shall be clear. Only he shall pay for the loss of his time. And shall have him thoroughly healed. Okay, so for the loss of his time.
Loss for his time.
For the loss of time.
If a man hit a pregnant woman and she gives birth prematurely, but there is no damage, what is the penalty? Yes. Mm-hmm.
Shall be fined.
You say it should be fine.
Must pay.
Must pay a fine. Do you agree?
Fine.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, some more. If a man hits a pregnant woman and there is injury to the child, what is the punishment? Mhm. Yes.
Pay shall pay life for life.
So what do we see here? Which one will be the answers to be taken?
Eye for eye type
Yes,
punishment.
so it will be eye for eye type for punishment, life for life punishment. Please, so don't be hitting the women, okay? Especially when they are pregnant. Just take it cool with them. Mhm. If a person destroys the eye of their slave, what punishment was to result? The eye of an slave. If you destroy it, what must be your punishment?
Shall let the slave go free of his tooth.
He said that unless the slave go free, oh,
Yes, the slave was set free.
yeah, so the slave was to set free.
Yes.
What happened to the owner of a bull that habitually grown when it actually grown someone to death? To abo no tembia or hank of so kokun will be a yenya odeng, yenya ne deng. Verse 29.
All shall be stoned, and its owner also shall be
Yes.
put to death.
Okay. So the owner is also to be put to death. That's all that they wanted to see. If a person digs a pit and an animal falls into it, what penalty was to be paid? Verse 33.
They'll make restoration.
There
should be restitution.
the words you are mentioning, I
The
can't.
the person had to replace the animal.
The person will have to replace the animal.
The animal.
Must pay for the animal.
Yes. So must pay for the animal.
The person had to replace.
No. Let's read it. Verse 33. When a man opens a pit, or when a man digs a pit and does not cover it, and an ox or a donkey falls into it, the owner of the pit shall make restoration. He shall give money to each owner, and the dead beast shall be his. When one man's ox, okay, so it should have been replacement.
Yes,
yes, it's supposed to be replacement.
So be.
So many. If a person's bull grows another animal, how was justice to be rendered? What is it supposed to do it?
The animal was to split.
And share its price.
The dead animal was
So
to be split.
Yes, and the live animal sold, and the price.
The live animal sold.
Okay.
Divided equally.
This part is not so interesting because it has to do with law. But don't worry, okay? Just for exam's sake, let's try and go through. What was the punishment for the person that kidnapped someone? When you kidnap, So you see, there were laws for almost everything. Mhm. The one who
To
kidnaps,
death. They'll put him to death.
put to death. So when you go and kidnap, you're supposed to be put to death. Chapter 22. If a person steals an ox, how many oxen must they repay?
5.
Mhm.
Five.
Yes,
5.
yes, 5 times. Sorry, he didn't show. If a person steals a sheep, how many sheep must they repay?
4.
4 sheep.
4. Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure it's not 5?
No.
4
No, it's 4.
4 sheep for a sheep. 4.
sheep for a sheep.
Okay. If a thief is struck and killed at night by a homeowner, the homeowner is what? Or must what?
It's not guilty. It's not guilty of bloodshed.
Okay, so it's not guilty of bloodshed.
There shall be no blood.
If a thief is struck and killed during the day by a homeowner, the homeowner is or must. Mhm. Mhm.
Must pay back double.
Blood gift for him. He shall surely pay.
He shall surely pay. We don't have it here.
It's
Mhm.
guilt of another.
Then he
It's
shall be
guilt.
sold for his
Guilt.
It's
Woman
guilty of
answered,
Bloodshed.
oh, it's guilty of bloodshed.
the guilt.
What the versions are many, but what is here, you choose one, which is
Guilty
close
of
to
blood.
your version. If a thief has nothing to repay the person he stole from, what penalty is put on the thief? Mhm.
shall be sold
It's work till
for
the
his theft.
Which one are we picking? Work till the debt is paid or be sold? I'm hearing 2 ways.
So
He must be sold as a slave.
Let's read the verse 3. What does it say? Verse 3, NIV read for us.
2 verse 3. Wow.
iPhone, your hand is
But
up.
But if it happens after sunrise, the defender is guilty of bloodshed.
Continue.
Anyone who steals must certainly make restitution. But if they have nothing, they must be sold to pay for their theft.
We have this. So be sold to pay for their debt. Okay.
But some of these laws are absent in ours, but if they were included, it would have been very good.
Please come again. He said something must be included.
Saying that some of these laws are absent in ours as a constitution, but I'm saying that portions of the laws we are learning today are good to be enshrined in ours. Our constitution is it doesn't have some of these laws.